Morning, Map here. I want to talk to you about JMP Group LLC. It's about 140 million market cap, only 19 million shares outstanding. Um, they really did have some really good earnings last week. Basically, on the 18th, they reported their earnings per share were 42 cents from a penny year over year, and revenues of 53 up to 53 million from 23 year over year. So these guys really, let me put up the chart. These guys really blew it out of the water, um, and they're in the financial investment bankers field. Um, and they were talking on the conference call more about going into healthcare and maybe even into the marijuana sector. Um, on the web page. Um, this is their web page. They were looking for in the career section. They're looking for some healthcare investment banking analyst, banking associate or VP, and technology investment banking analyst. And I think they're looking into, like I said before, into some more marijuana plays. Um, and here it also says JMP expands life sciences investment banking and equity research platforms. Um, these guys really knocked it out of the park. They're getting out of the hedge fund business, um, from what they were saying in the call, and concentrating more on specific sectors. It's had a very nice run up. You could look here, and then it gapped up, hitting almost $9, pulling back to 720, up 44% on huge volume. Um, March 31st of 2020, they lost 3 cents versus 8 cents on only 6 million revenues compared to 37 the quarter before. So this was an atrocious quarter. Um, then here, their estimate was negative 3 cents on 30 million revenue, and they beat the earnings per share nicely by 13 cents on a little bit of a revenue gain. And then followed up here in the next quarter on September 30th with they had an estimate of negative 10 cents with 10 cents and a 19% increase on revenue. This last quarter, they really hit a grand slam. They were expecting 1 cent in EPS, and they earned 42 cents on double revenues. So they're doing something right. It's got a PE of 8, pretty low. Um, and looking here, 59% of management owns the stock. There's 19 million shares outstanding, almost 20, and there's only 8 in the float. So um, 21 million shares traded hands. Um, so nice profits, and one to keep an eye on. They are on the IBD top under 10. I will keep an eye on this one. Um, has A in the industry group. SMR rating has an A, accumulation A, sponsorship A, huge volume, composite rating 95. They made good profits, RSI 95. Um, I got a little bit of this one. I don't think they have any options. Um, they don't have any options, and I'm in at 371. I didn't sell any shares. It's down a little bit after market. Hit a high of 1145, and then came back down. Uh, with those kind of profits, I'm gonna hang on. It's not a big investment. It's 300 and change, and it's a small float, but they did produce some nice gains. So hard to find very profitable companies with that kind of market cap um, in this market, so, and in this environment. So I like it. Um, Obviously, it's due for a pullback, a big gap up. But with those numbers, those are pretty impressive uh, beats on earnings per share and revenues. Um, Basically made a new all-time high on Friday. And if you look back at the earnings here, um, they made 63 cents in 2020, and that's pretty much the highest going back to 14 where they made 72. Um, it says for 21 they have an estimate of 40. Um, this IPO'd in 2007. But if you look at the chart, pretty much hit this top here. So it's basically at a all-time high in the uh, last while. This is 2012 back here. So yeah, since 12. Let me see the monthly. Here in the monthly, it got a high as of 1320 was the high here back in 20. So interesting name in the finance sector. IPO 707. So yeah, basically when it IPO'd, that was their high of 13, then came down to the threes, and now we rocketed back up. This has been the biggest volume this stock has had since it's been around. Basically, never had that kind of volume. Let me see something here. They beat earnings by their earnings were beat by 180. It says here 180% earnings surprise. I don't think they ever see here. I don't really tell you. I was trying to see if it had any, but those are pretty big earnings beats. So they might be doing something right over there. So take a look at this one. Put it on your watch list. I didn't sell any because I'm in at the 371. The reason I got in this year, let's check a date that I got in here. See, this is what I do. I look for. So I got on December 30th. So what I do on a daily basis, I'm looking at these scans, and if I see something that catches my attention, volume speaks a lot to me. Okay, so on December 3rd, they basically, this right here is the second. So on December 3rd, it basically popped up over its previous, you look here, it really basically popped up two highs on a little bit of volume here. If you look at the volumes here, and that's what caught my attention. And ever since then, it's been just gliding up, and then boom, explosion. So it's working for me. I'm gonna hang on to it. It's doing okay. I'm up 79%. Nothing wrong with that. I only have $267 tied up in here, and I know it's a small float, and those can easily get moved up and down. But you know, management owns a good chunk of it, so that's very reassuring. Anyways, JMP, not JPM, not JP Morgan, but JMP. Like the video, share it, and put this one on your watch list. See you in the next video.